Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7. This is just another fun video to talk about the news we just got. We officially had these two announced and shown on stream. We do not have their skill sets yet, so keep that in mind. All of this is just pure guess mode at this point. I'm guessing we will see their stats and everything like that on the KR stream. So, again, thank you so much for Smilegate for letting the English stream at least reveal these to us, because it makes a huge difference. That stream, if you didn't watch, hit 4,000 viewers, which is both fantastic for them and Epic 7 in general. Really good when you get that traffic on a game like this. Really happy about that. So let's talk about the two things that happened on stream. Damon Kim, ya boy Damon Kim, was on the stream as well. Being his Damon himself, really fun to watch. There was also the Cerise showcase for RTA, which went pretty much exactly as expected. Nothing basically happened at all. And then we got the two reveals. So we have Charlotte, who has absolutely lost her forehead. It's gone, and she now turned into like the absolute cutest little button thingy you've ever seen in your entire life. I absolutely just love this art. It's just beyond perfect. The little bow, the little gem, the hair, obviously, the crown, which like is kind of brutal, but at the same time, it just looks adorable on her. Then we've got Kawerik in the back, and if you want to see a little bit more of her, we can see the bottom half here. So she's in the red flowing dress. She's also got these kind of like steel greaves or whatever they are. And it looks like she's dragging crystals on the ground with her big old sword. And again, a little bit of a view here if you want to see some cool designs on her sword as well there. She's got another little chain around her. Like, I don't know why they gave her a chain, but it is what it is. With a cool little gem on it. Different gem than the one that is on her neck. And of course, Kawerik exists too, but we've already seen the art for Kawerik a billion times. So my thoughts for what she is going to be. So personally, if I look at this design here, I feel like she looks like a light unit. It just looks very light-like to me. Like, actually, if I was to see this, I would call this like maybe an Earth Warrior, but we know she's a Moonlight, so she is coming in hot as a Moonlight unit, so she's either going to be light and dark. So I personally think she looks so insane. I personally think she looks like a light unit, but if history tells us anything, and it doesn't always, but sometimes it does, is that we've had a lot of light units recently with ML Taiwan, with Litica, with whoever the heck else came out, Basar, and I'm sure there's one more. So we're kind of expecting the next Moonlight to be dark, but she just doesn't look dark at all to me. Like, 0% of her looks dark, but like maybe her personality is what makes her dark. As for classes, like, it looks pretty obvious there that this is going to be a warrior. I could very much be wrong. This could be a ranger or a mage or a thief or something like that, but it looks very much like a warrior. And if it's not a warrior, I would assume it is a knight of sorts. She could also be a soul weaver. You never know, right? Maybe her sword has healing properties, and when she bashes people, it heals. Like, you never know, right? But I'm assuming a light warrior of sorts. Warriors are also one of the best units in the game. Same with knights, specifically just because their artifacts are insane. They're through the roof. They're so good for every different set of like things you can do. Warriors and knights just have the best artifacts. So that's another thing going for her here. I am so unbelievably excited for this, and if you have not spent your pity, if you haven't blown your 200 pity for ML Ken, I would seriously consider waiting to see what she does first to blow your summons on ML Ken. That said, I think she's going to be very combative. Is that the right word? Like, I don't know exactly what her skill set is going to do, but I feel like she's going to be very bruisery. Maybe a less resilient, more damagey Apocalypse Ravi. Obviously, without the revive, I don't see her reviving, but I see her bopping people with stuns. I see her bopping people with huge damage. I see her like forehead smashing people maybe. I'm not really sure what she's going to do. God, she looks amazing. That is insane art. I absolutely love this art. I can't stop looking at it. But I feel like she's absolutely going to be a bruiser type, pretty close to a Ravi. And I think she's going to be good. She's probably going to be built on a counter set or Elvis Ritual Sword. Surprise, surprise. If anything is like, if the past has shown us anything. I think she's gonna have a passive, and again, this is just me, like, just spitballing here, just spitballing because I want to talk about her so bad right now. One of the things I've noticed is some of the best units in the game, pretty much like a lot of the best units in the game, have passives on skill 2, so I would expect another passive of sorts. I'm not sure what they're gonna do for it, but we might see some fighting spirit or something on her as well, or whatever a Ravi has. I always forget the terminology for it. So yeah, that's it for Charlotte, I think. And then we also have our Kawerik, and we've seen Kawerik a bunch, but I think he's going to get changed up. A lot of people think, just like Cerise, he's going to be a 4-star character, and I feel like that is just not a thing that's going to happen. I feel like releasing Kawerik as a 4-star is just super incorrect, especially since he's a villain of sorts, I think? Question mark? I actually don't know the lore behind him. I just know he is absolutely husbando. And one thing to note too is on the Epic 7 stream today, they were comparing Straze and Kawerik together. And I know that like doesn't really mean anything at all, but also keep in mind the people on the E7 stream designing those pairings know what's coming in the future. They know like a couple months, maybe 3 months. I have no idea how much ahead, but they know what's coming ahead. So I would say there's a good chance that they've seen Kawerik's skill set and they know what he's going to do, and they've possibly seen Straze's, and they just like, they're gonna mix together somehow. I know we're just making stuff up at this point, but these are the things I think of. This is what goes through my head. So a lot of people also are saying bait mode, you know, like Cerise was bait, blah 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 blah, which is like just super incorrect, because you also have to remember we knew this was coming. Like they showed us this, they showed us and told us Kawerik was coming, and we knew an ML was coming before Cerise was even summonable. Keep that in mind as well. If you got baited in quotes by Cerise, keep in mind ML Charlotte, like that has no effect on that whatsoever, and Kawerik is just going to do Kawerik things, and you should maybe have enough to summon him. I don't expect him to come out, assuming he is 5-star, I don't expect him to come out for another like week or two, 2 weeks at like a minimum. There's also the chance he is a connection. I feel like we're due for another 5-star connection sometime, but I don't know if it's going to be him. I feel like he's too important, he's too like iconic of a character to really show as a connection hero, but I guess we'll see, especially as again, I don't know for sure, but like a villain of sorts, it just seems kind of weird. So anyways, that's gonna be it. Let's just hopefully you enjoyed hearing me talk and rant and rave and all those shenanigans. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and have a wonderful day. Bye everybody.